Here we are in 2020, and still, most of us still can't get away from the game of Ballistic Overkill. And I can't blame you though. Most of the mechanics that's in the game is quite addicting. But there's also some things I actually have to bring up for you guys. And if you actually haven't known yet, the developers of Ballistic Overkill just recently posted a news update regarding the official servers being taken down. And obviously, as you can see already, we're in a public server right now just playing not a hectic of a juggernaut, and obviously the time's like way beyond what you normally would, but anyway, the leaderboard's gone now, so that the whole ranking system's been overhauled, and so all of the ranking will correspond to your overall account level. So taking my account for example, I'm currently at level 762, and that's all the classes I play all combined, and that can actually pretty much reflect how much time I put into the game already. So the maximum you can get right now is level 700, which represents legend, and basically how the tier goes is also posted in the server news. So if you actually want to look at where you stand at, you can always jump in your account and see where you're currently at in terms of the ranking. But otherwise though, if you still guys are wondering what's current updates that Madness is pushing at us for now, I do have some news for you guys that I could bring forth in terms of the changes we'll be going through. As for example, we're probably going to go through Wraith nerfs, and obviously a lot of people will be like, oh my god, Wraith is going to be nerfed worse, but there's a certain reason why he's going to get nerfed, but in terms of his weapon wise. But for Grenadier though, he's going to get quite a healthy buff with his weapons to make him a little bit more useful on terms of using his machine pistols as SMGs, so that way people will be involved using his guns rather than, you know, using his grenade launchers like I would do. But trust me, it's much more fun that way. But anyway though, for the incoming changes for Wraith, obviously it's going to be tourist system and the weapons that he's been most prominent that has some issues, and that being is going to be the interdiction. The interdiction headshot multiplier will be reduced down from 3.25 to 2.2x, and obviously there's a lot of problems of people using interdiction in Juggernaut, and with this insane headshot multiplier and with his damage, of course it's not going to be a fun experience for you guys who actually are using the chainsaw in that game. So hopefully that should bring down some of the uses of using the interdictions and just go for either laying just headshots with the rest of the sniper rifles, or just use a lot of automatic weapons just to keep consistent DPS on the Juggernaut. And for the Curator, it's going to get nerfed with its fire rate, so technicality, it has a much more faster fire rate than Magistrate. So you can probably say the Curator and Magistrate has switch shift their rate of fire with each other, so that whenever you fear the Curator, it's going to be a little bit more unforgiving if you miss your shots, and for the Magistrate, which is probably the best all-rounder, it's going to give you a little bit more forgiveness if you actually decide to miss your shot or going over for those overkill streaks. And so we can actually jump into Grenadier now. He's going to get slight bit of changes with this weaponry. So let's probably start with his SMG buffs, which is probably going to be something eye-popping. So for the Oni, it's going to have a damage raised from 23 to 33. The Saw Blade damage will actually also get increased from 29 to 33, and Tempest damage will also be raised from 30 to 33. And of course, with his ample damage buff, it's going to make him quite a tanky SMG buster character, and he's going to be quite fun to play with those type of weapons. So with his machine pistol buff, Rattlesnake damage has been raised from 24 to 28, and Cerebrin damage has been raised from 26 to 77. Obviously there's going to be quite some more Grenadiers using pistols these days, and some of the following notes that are still being worked on but is still be on the table because these actually going to be some of the prominent stuff he's going to work with, and that being the jackhammer. And boy, that shotgun is pretty nasty in using as a vanguard and with this insane range. So whenever he actually found some way to nerf that range to make it a little bit more in line with his shotguns. And some other quality of life changes is going to be in Capture Point and King of the Hill. Those little icons you see like A, B, and C is going to be a little bit transparent so that you can actually see your way instead of being literally be solid and they'll be instructed your view. And of course it'll just be all on my end in terms of announcing whatever we have in plan for 2020. And yeah, that'll just be it on my end, just giving you guys the news, and I will be working on a personal opinion on how Ballistic Overkill will be going through starting from today and for the whole year 2020, and we'll probably likely would see in the future. But that will be another video I should be posting probably a couple of weeks from now. So that does it for me on my end, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the gameplay.
Target down.